Ba, 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 ba. Okay. If you don't mind me, I just went live to give people a notification. The stream doesn't actually start for until 9:30. I wish I had a starting soon screen. Oh well. I'll have a starting soon screen eventually. Um, Now I need to look at my do 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 do. Stream starts in 2 minutes. I still don't have a starting soon screen. Okay, fixed that. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh, hi, Brixen! Stream doesn't start for another minute, but I don't have a starting soon screen. Mm. Hey, it's your payment for the bee tubing model. You'll get to it when you get to it. I'm not rushing you. I just thought it was funny. I did look into scheduling a stream, and it requires you to schedule streams. Listen, I couldn't work on it because Krita wasn't letting me see. Yes, so, um, oh, you distracted me. I was gonna say something. Um, can you hear when I tap my fingers like that, by the way? Does the mic pick that up? I don't think it does. Oh, yeah, so, you don't hear? What about now? Did that pick up? I tapped my fingers on the mic. Maybe? Ah! Oh, the mic is smart. It knows it's being whacked, and so it's not making noise. Interesting. Hello, Mike. Why aren't you picking up the fact that I'm assaulting you? Okay. Okay, let me just finish updating something real quick. There we go. Okay. And today's music is Pokemon and Chill Mix Lo-Fi Music Emoji. No copyright music free DMCA. By Cindery Lo-Fi. And I want... Let's see. For some reason, mine muted me automatically. It knows I should shut up. There we go. All right. I'm sharing the source to the music so you all can listen to it on your own time. Welcome, hi Vat. Lovely to see you. Let's go ahead and get... Oh, I forgot to open Mega. That's what I meant to do, and then I didn't because I'm silly. Let's get that open. And time to shrink me down. Well, actually, first, let's... Oh, it started recording automatically this time. I forgot I set that up so that I would stop forgetting. Hello, recording on YouTube. I meant to start you now. Oh. Ah, that's embarrassing. But yes, it starts recording automatically. So I really need to set up, I need to get myself a starting soon screen so that they know when to move forward in the video. Because heaven knows I won't remember to put it in the description when the video starts. All right. No, I suppose actually, hold on. I can manually stop the recording. No, that's too much work. Sorry, YouTube viewers, those catching it afterwards, you're just gonna have to have dealt with this little distraction. Okay. You can do a chapter thing. Brain work. Okay. So, today we are doing Pokemess, as you saw, and... I just had some cerebral flatulence. Okay, we're doing Pokemess today. Oh, here's what it was. Today's stream, you may have noticed, we started a half hour earlier than I usually start. I usually start at 10 Mountain Time. That is because I have a busy day. And I accidentally forgot how time works. So we're starting a half hour early and we're ending a half hour early. So this should still be a 2-hour stream, Now 1 hour 53 minutes because I spent all this time yapping instead of hopping right into the Pokemon. So, without further ado, let's... There we go. Let's get everything set up. Oh, I didn't shrink. I accidentally grabbed the wrong thing. I didn't shrink. Chat, you're coming here. I know, my stream looks like such a disaster because this is like the only format that works and it's horrible. All right. Misdreavus. A little ghosty ghost. The Screech Pokemon. I too am a Screech Pokemon. So, there we go. I think I like that a little bit more. You're going to disappear. Rip. For a moment. Rip. Okay. Oh. No, okay. I'll just bring it up if it comes up. I won't bring it up now. I have a thing. And it does turn into Miss Magius. You're so cute. Fluffy. And I have no idea what the heck we're gonna phylogenize this as. Okay. Let's roll ahead, and as always, read the Pokedex entries. It likes playing mischievous tricks, such as screaming and wailing to startle people at night. It loves to bite and yank people's hair from behind without warning, just to see their shocked reactions. It loves to watch people it's scared. It frightens them by screaming loudly or by appearing suddenly. And Misdreavus frightens people with a creepy, sobbing cry. Pokemon apparently uses its red spheres to absorb the fearful feelings of foes and turn them into nutrition. Interesting. A Misdreavus frightens people with a creepy sobbing cry. It apparently uses its red spheres to absorb the fear of its foes as its nutrition. It loves to sneak up on people at night and startle them with its shriek-like cry. Gets nourishment from the fear that it absorbs into its red orbs. In daytime, it sleeps in darkness. Pokemon that startles people in the middle of the night. It gathers fear as its energy. A Pokemon that startles people in the middle of the night. It gathers fear as its energy. It gets nourishment from fear that it absorbs onto its red orbs. In daytime, it sleeps in darkness. Creepy sobbing cry. This is why it's a Screech Pokemon. It's just always yelling. Oh, it just occurred to me that I should make this look a little nicer to look at. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now that my ADHD is manifested, let's get back to reading the Pokedex entries. If you hear a sobbing sound emanating from a vacant room, it's undoubtedly a bit of mischief from Misdreavus. What gives meaning to its life is surprising others. If you set your ear against the red orbs around its neck, you can hear shrieking. What makes it happy is imitating the voices of weeping people and scaring everyone. It doesn't deal well with folks who aren't easily frightened. It conceals itself in darkness, sending chills up travelers' spines with a childlike weeping. As it observes the frightened travelers with glee, the red orbs upon its chest let off an eerie light. This Pokemon startles people in the middle of the night. It gathers fear as its energy. It loves to bite and yank people's hair from behind without warning just to see their shocked reactions. Maybe near Gengar, because of Gashos, yes. Scroll down. Woo! I think that is a pretty good spot. Okay, and Miss Magius comes in later, so... I want these a little further apart. There we go. Miss Magius. Its cries sound like incantations. Those hearing it are tormented by headaches and hallucinations. What a delightful Pokemon to keep as a pet. It chants incantations. While they usually torment targets, some chants bring happiness. Little sister coded. Its cry sounds like an incantation. It is said that the cry may rarely be imbued with happiness, giving power. Okay. Its cries sound like incantations to torment the foe. It appears where you least expect it. Some chants bring happiness. Appears when you least expect it. It appears as if from nowhere, muttering incantations, placing curses, and giving people terrifying visions. Interesting. Miss Magius has been known to cast spells to make people fall in love, so some people search for this Pokemon as if their life depended on it. Feared for its wrath and the curses it spreads, this Pokemon will also, on a whim, cast spells that help people. Its muttered curses can cause awful headaches or terrifying visions that torment others. Some chants bring happiness. The incantations Miss Maggie's chants can ward against misfortune, so a custom exists of inviting it into one's home. Incur the Pokemon's displeasure, however, and disaster will surely ensue. Okay. Nice little witch Pokemon. Yeah, I think we should go ahead and put it with, it has no legs in either evolution, as far as we can tell. So I am considering just putting it there, since that's where our ghosty appeared. Don't see anything else that really looks like it. And I think it's closer related to Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar than it is to Clefable. There we go. Boom, boom. Oh. And I know someone was very excited for me to get to this Pokemon, and it's a little bit of a shame that they're not here. Because they were like, I can't wait to see what you do with Unknown. And I'm like, I don't want to do with Unknown. What is this? What is this? I'm probably gonna make it a bug. There's so many. It has a big eye. Maybe it's like an ammonite. It looks like a key. Okay. Their shapes look like hieroglyphs on ancient tablets. It is said that the two are somehow related. Its flat, thin body is always stuck on walls. Its shape appears to have some meaning. Because different types of Unknown exist, it is said that they must have a variety of abilities. I love when minor deities are just letters. Yeah. Their shapes look like hieroglyphs on ancient tablets. Always stuck to a wall. This Pokemon is shaped like ancient writing. It is a mystery as to which came first, the ancient writings or the various Unknown. Research into this topic is ongoing, but nothing is known. You could say it's unknown. Its flat, thin body is always stuck to the walls. Its shape appears to have some meaning. Hi, Brixit. Their shapes look like hieroglyphs or ancient tablets. Shaped like ancient writing, it is a huge mystery whether language or Unknown came first. They seem to communicate among each other telepathically. They're always found stuck on walls. Me too, buddy. We just put Miss Drevis and Miss Magius next to Ghastly. Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar. Didn't really seem like anywhere else to put the thing. And now we're on Unknown. They seem to communicate telepathically. When alone, nothing happens. However, if there are two or more, an odd power is said to emerge. The community believes they are how Arceus created the universe. Their shapes look like hieroglyphs on ancient tablets. It's always stuck to walls. When there's multiple, they have an odd power. They're stuck to walls, shaped like ancient writing. Shaped like ancient writing. Shaped like ancient writing. Speak telepathically to each other. It is hard to believe these strangely shaped Pokemon are truly living creatures. I've pointed out that the species' many forms resemble writing from other lands, but no one will take me seriously. Unknown are clearly on their way to becoming communal organisms. Yes. So I know I joked about putting them in bugs, but I actually kind of think I know where I want to put it. And I also wasn't fully joking when I said bug, but I knew that Brixit would probably die if I made this a bug. Essentially, the more you have together, the more they can manipulate the fabric of space and time. Hidden Powers reinforces that heavily, but I don't know how much we are taking moves into account. What do we think? What do we think? Actually, let's scroll back down here to look at all these guys. They're just little guys. I like the exclamation point. Oh, hello, Explosive Pot. Welcome, welcome. Okay. I have two ideas. This is some kind of bug or invertebrate of some sort. Actually, no, it is an invertebrate. I feel pretty pretty good about saying it's an invertebrate. I guess I actually have 3 ideas. How is we doing explosive pot? We're struggling because we're on unknown. For some reason they give seahorse vibes. Okay, that's interesting. I can see some of them giving that vibe. So, thought 1. They are some kind of Arceus Pokedex states that it created the universe with its 1,000 arms. Unknown fit it well. Ooh. They're probably in the same classification Cambrian. I was thinking about Cambrian. So it's some sort of insectish creature. Because I don't know what to do with it. I am considering putting it with Ditto and Grimer and Muck. Just because, again, I don't really know where to put it. But for some reason, I'm also thinking Cephalopod. I believe it's called stem arthropod. It could be. It could just be the only extant order of that. But yeah, the big eye is making me think of a cephalopod, like a squid. And its different arms are like tentacles. And I don't know. U is giving me like ammonite vibes. Also, you guys would not believe how long I was trying to figure out what the heck a squid was called. I was like, it's not arthropod. It's not arthropod. It's not arthropod. It's not arthropod. And then finally I figured out cephalopod. Are they symmetrical? Could you elaborate, Brixit? Like if we flipped them over. Do they have 2 eyes or just 1? I don't know. Let's go to Google. Pokemon Go. Unknown. I wonder if I can get a picture of one from behind. Unknown from behind. I don't have one in Pokemon Go, so I can't turn it around and see. Oh, that's a cute concept. For a Mega Unknown. You think it's just 1 eye explosive? Let's try one more search. I don't want to look at the front. Back sprite unknown. Haha! No! Aha! Okay, perfect. It was okay. I feel like a silly goose. I think they're just basal to everything. That's an option. They do only have the eye. Seems to be 2, but I have no way of sending images. No symmetry. Is this a sponge? It's a single-celled organism. Is this a bacteria? This is the image that Hyvat just shared. Oh, Explosive is also joking that it's single-celled. Another thing where Pokemon is inconsistent. Yeah. Don't know of any cycloptic organisms that aren't deformed. I mean, who's saying this is a real eye? If Unknown didn't have the eye, I could actually see Unknown as a single-celled organism. I'm tempted. That's kind of the reason why I was thinking about Ditto, Grimer, and Muck, is because they're communal organisms-ish, kind of. I feel like their cell walls aren't super strong, and that they have a lot of intracellular interaction. If that makes sense to anybody else but me. Think Basil to Ditto? That was one of the ideas I floated. I'd have to... If only I could go. The eye could be the nucleus. That's right. If these are just single cells. Ditto is most likely artificial. I think... Do we want to make it related to Ditto? Or Basil to both Grimer, Muck, and Ditto? What are your thoughts? Ooh, actually, hold on a second. I know what to do. Apparently Unknown can blink. Dang it! Look. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Start pull. Okay. I don't know how to work this. This is new. Y'all see the poll? I can't see the chat no more. Okay. Apparently Unknown can blink. If we go off canon, that Unknown works for Arceus. Well, now that throws a wrench into what I was going to say. Oh, oof. Basil to all three. Okay, has everybody had a chance to vote? Let me figure out how the heck to close the poll on purpose this time. 3, 2, 1, go. 50% to both. You're so helpful, chat. You're so helpful. Could be Basil to all Pokemon, in your opinion. Yeah. Ditto. Or Wissit. I'm waiting. I'm Wissitting. Funny thing, that reminds me. Ditto and Muck aren't cohesive, yes. But unknown is... Oh, dang, yeah. I was going to suggest unknown are cellular extensions of Arceus, but since unknown can blink and thus making the eye an actual eye, it is therefore not single-celled. So maybe it's the next most related to all Pokemon. Ah, I love that, Brixit. Explosive, yeah, that baller. I love that, but yeah, it can apparently blink. If the movies are to be believed, they can just make a Pokemon just because. Maybe 3 let a 5-year-old control a bunch. Fantastic. Arceus spores. Okay, I actually really like Brixit's suggestion of putting it between Ditto and Muck Grimer. Between making it of... Ooh, what's the thing? Hold on a second. Y'all ready to see a little freak? I love these guys. This is a Tunicate. He's just a little guy. Invertebrates characterized by an outer exoskeleton called tunic. They are divided into 3 classes: sea squirts, Thylacines, and Larvaceans. Larvaean. Free-swimming solitary tunicates. They resemble tadpole larvae of amphibians. They have an open circulatory system characterized by a well-developed U-shaped heart that periodically reverses the direction of blood flow. This Pokemon is multicelled spores could work and make the eye some sort of sense. Live-action movie was really good. Weird, but good. I need to see it at some point. So, this little sucker in the Tree of Life, if I recall correctly from my zoology course, which was really long ago, because I'm old, spores are single-celled normally. Yeah. So Tunicates, to my rough recollection, it's like Animalia starts with sponge, and then the Tunicate is the next step. So putting unknown where Brixit suggests is making it the Tunicate, the sea squirt of Animalia. What do I recall, Brixit? I like these guys. Aren't they cute? If I remember right, other movies have shown unknown flying out from where Dialga and Palkia clash. Okay, pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, I like putting it right here. Oh, this is gonna take a minute. No, I'm just gonna leave it here. I'm not gonna do everything. Unknown is a 2-celled organism and the eye is just a single light sensor. It could be. It could be. The problem is that they're kind of big to be single-celled organisms. Because of the whole law related to surface area and volume and everything. Then again, Pokemon isn't exactly super great about following these rules, so... Okay. Unowned. Here we go. Only Unknown I and Unknown V can be shiny due to its shininess all being determined by IVs in the games. Oh, interesting. In Generation 2. Palpera taxifolia is a single-celled organism that can grow to be almost a foot big. Hold on. That guy's breaking the law. I gotta look this guy up. Let's hope this thing isn't freaky. Palperpa taxifolia cell. Look at this guy! My gosh! They do it by having a lot of nuclei, Kirby coded. Sailor's Eye is the common name. I freaking love this guy. Pondering my orb. I'm a single-celled organism. It's just a little guy. Welcome, Lutrasoul. Okay, actually, weight of Palperpa taxifolia. Okay, it's a seaweed. Forbidden pea. I was just trying to figure out, does this thing weigh more than... And I guess it can, because it can get a little bigger. It's invasive. Presence in Australia. Presence in California. Probably grabbed the wrong name for the Sailor's Eye. I am curious. Since it's algae, yeah. I think that they can come in the orb form. I would love to get the weight of how much this thing can weigh, because what I always thought the largest single cell was this. This is a single egg cell until it's fertilized, like if it's not fertilized. But I guess generally ostriches don't lay on fertilized eggs, so interesting. Egg. Okay. Let's hop on to the next one. Amorphous. It is the patient Pokemon. Its little tail has eyes. Look at that. Are those eye spots or real eyes? Google says it's only a few grams. Interesting. So if we could get an unfertilized ostrich egg, I think that it would be bigger. The tail is its real head. Maybe. I guess we're gonna find out. It has a baby form! That's adorable. Look at that thing! With one eye. Oh, it's so cute! Why not? Okay. It hates light and shock. If attacked, it inflates its body to pump up its counter-strike. To keep its pitch-black tail hidden, it lives quietly in the darkness. It is never first to attack. In order to conceal its black tail, it lives in a dark cave and only moves about at night. It hates light and shock, and it hides in the darkness. If two of them meet, they will turn competitive and try to outdo each other's endurance. However, they may try to see which one can endure the longest without food. Trainers need to be aware of this habit. There's a weird delay between watching on my phone versus laptop. Interesting. Rest in peace, Hybat. Wobbuffet does nothing but endure attacks. It won't attack on its own. However, it won't endure an attack on its tail. When that happens, this Pokemon will try to take the foe with it using Destiny Bond. Wobbuffet is basically a giant punching bag with its tail being the true body, basically. Yeah, makes sense. Punch the true. Usually docile, a Wobbuffet strikes back ferociously if its black tail is attacked. It makes its lair in the caves where it waits for the nightfall. Keep its black tail hidden, it lives in darkness, inflates its body. Some believe they are related to Unknown, with the black tail being an unknown. Oh. I mean, I have to go back? I thought I was done! Okay. It hates light and shock. Desperately tries to keep its black tail hidden. It is said to be proof the tail hides a secret. Oh my gosh. I wonder what Wobbuffet feels related to Quagmire, but that's probably its shape and color. I feel like they're probably too different in their dex entries. Yeah. Quagsire, I see what you're saying. They both look very squishy. Very squishy. Being reminded of the animations Wobbuffet is with James and Jesse. Yeah. Every time. That's why Nintendo has neither confirmed nor denied the theory. Yeah. Wobbuffet. That's why I gotta say it in the voice, because I remember the show. Wobbuffet! Okay. Hates light and shock. It hides its tail. They will go without food. It endures attacks. Hates light and shock. Hides in the darkness. And desperately tries to keep its black tail hidden. Okay. Smithy 1941 has a really good point with the Unknown thing. Because if we crop out the rest of the image, that's an Unknown. That's what that looks like. Siambo. That's me. Yes, Brexit? Yes? They're like Larvatians. The blue part is house. I'm sorry. Very distrusted Unknown. You said the blue part is house, and my brain immediately thought of House, the show, and the doctor. So I just have this mental image of an Unknown attaching itself to Dr. House. Okay. Okay, let's read Why Not. Wobbuffet is a parasite connected to a blue thing. Oh. Say it's lupus or something. Probably. But oh really, how Larvatians make houses. I can't remember that specific thing. Larvatians. They have tails. Tunicates. Larvatians. sea squirts. Chians. They're this is their mating, not. It's a house. The whole thing is was discovered Nintendo. Yes. Yes, Nintendo and Google did make a Pokemon Easter egg. So are you saying this is the house? Yes, look it up. Okay. Larvasian houses. Okay, let's just. Larvasian houses. I'm glad that you spend your time learning things when you're on YouTube, because as I made you watch it today, I watched multi-hour long videos on people I didn't know existed and drama they get into. Pretty. Okay. Oh, it's a mucus house. Delightful. It's not slime, it's mucus. I see now. House of Mucus. So there's the guy and there's his mucus house. That's pretty neat. This is my house of snot. Okay, yeah, I think actually, yeah, let's go with this. I guess like we gotta read Wynut's description first. But I think let's go with this. Okay. Wynut can always be seen with a big happy smile on its face. Look at its tail to determine if it is angry. When angered, its Pokemon will be slapping the ground with its tail. If that's the real organism, it just hops up and down angrily. Wynut gather in moonlit nights to play by squeezing up against each other. By being squeezed, this Pokemon gains endurance and is trained to dole out powerful counterattacks. Wynut loves to eat sweet fruits. It cleverly picks fruit using its ear-like arms. They gather in fruit gardens drawn by the fragrance. It tends to move in a pack with others. They cluster in a tight group to sleep in a cave. It grows up. It grows strong by pushing up against others en masse. It loves eating sweet fruit. It tends to move in a pack. Individuals squash against one another to toughen their spirits. They sleep in a group in a cave. They like fruit. Look at its tail to determine if it's angry. They squeeze each other. Pack. And they like fruit. Okay. Yeah, I think I like that this is a weird unknown that now has 2 eyes. Which means I believe it needs to go. Where does this bugger go? I think he needs to go here? Okay, I hit the wrong spot. This is hurting my brain. Connecting to chat. Oh, have I been disconnected? Oh, okay. I wasn't disconnected. Oh, ah! Auto size. If I remember right, has no attacking moves, just countering and status moves. That sounds right, according to its entries in the Pokedex entries. Okay, I'm gonna make that unknown. Make this. Why not? And Wabu. That. Right, I think that did what I wanted it to do. Sorry, I have to expand my tree so that I know what the heck I'm looking at. Another test, what's the limit that they can reflect? First of 9mm. Oh no, this didn't work. Okay. Ah! I'm having trouble with my tree. Come on, tree, work with me. This spot. Right? Did I finally get the spot? No, I got the wrong spot. Oh, I think I put unknown in the wrong spot. That's why I'm having trouble right now. Okay, that would be why I'm having so much difficulty. Like, something isn't working. Another bad idea. Does Wobbuffet take fall damage or can it reflect the impact into the ground? It's thundering outside. Vileplume is trying to fell the tree of Siamba. Vileplume is doing a really good job. Okay, because here's the line that's Ditto. Okay. Maybe I was right this first time, and I want to just do that. Right. Nope, that's not how you spell Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet! We are around halfway through Gen 2. Whippy! Woo! It'd be hilarious to see Vileplume try and hold an axe. Okay, I'm gonna do something that I originally did not want to do. This is gonna take a minute. Flip. Okay, hold on. Blocked explosions that it should not have been able to withstand. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. Let's try moving everything to a spot that works in my brain. Ooh, dang! Can you guys hear the thunder? Can't get this to work. There's more people here than I would expect. How many do we got 6 viewers! 8 viewers! Wow! Hello, everybody. Luckily, most of the coming up creatures are fantasy versions of IRL plants and animals until around 246. Then we need to figure out something is a bug or a lizard. That's gonna be exciting. I do not hear Zeus's tantrum. Okay, that's good. I realized I used the wrong here. Yeah. Okay, I give up. I think I'm doing it right, and I think my brain is just struggling because I can't see the whole tree. According to my tracking link finder, there isn't a single link on Twitch that isn't an Amazon tracking link. I guess that makes sense because Amazon owns Twitch. Trying to explain how we got a flying land shark with Gen 4. Can't tell if it is just freaking out or Amazon being evil. Yeah. Okay. I think that's how the tree is supposed to look. I can't even remember anymore. Okay, and that's Wobbuffet. Wobbuffet nearly defeating my tree. Oh, delightful. It's an ungulate with 2 heads. But definitely got hooves. Horns. Something I recognize as an animal. Long neck Pokemon. Can't wait for number. Okay, now I gotta look up 102, 249. Oh. Oh. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun. Flying horse. Yes, 249 is a horse. Everything is actually a horse. Yeah, yes. Pokemon with multiple non-regional forms. Yeah. Okay. Girafarig, the long neck Pokemon. Kirin Riki. What? This thing of what? What is this? What is this? I didn't know this guy had an evolution. What is this? Oh my gosh! Just moved your babies under your deck. Might be a good call. Okay! This is a guy. This sure is a guy. Okay. Okay. I was waiting for Farafarig to kill you. It's so cursed. It's something. Its tail has a small brain of its own. Beware, if you get close, it may react to your scent and bite. Its tail, which also contains a small brain, may bite on its own if it notices an alluring smell. It has a hoodie. I suppose it's supposed to be a palindrome. Bitey horse. Girafarig's rear head also has a brain, but it is small. The rear head attacks in response to smells and sounds. Approaching this Pokemon from behind can cause the rear head to suddenly lash out and bite. It's a Stegosaurus. Girafarig's rear head contains a tiny brain that is too small for thinking. Mine too, buddy. However, the rear head doesn't need to sleep, so it can keep watch over the surroundings 24 hours a day. And then Smithy says it has a hoodie, and Explosive says that's not Explosive, right? Was it? Who said it's not the only one? It has a hoodie. Whitey horse. It's a Stegosaurus. Hyvat says it's not the only one with a hoodie. Scraggy with tail. Brixus says tail brain. It's evolution anyway. Bite or bite response. 24 hours a day. Girafarig is an herbivore. It eats grass and tree shoots. While it is eating, its tail makes chewing and swallowing motions as if it were also eating. Oh, silly guy. Its tail, which contains a small brain, may bite on its own if it notices an alluring smell. Its tail also has a small brain. It bites to repel any foe trying to sneak up on it from behind. I love how half of these are just bullying the small head. Yeah. While it sleeps, the head on its tail keeps watch. The head doesn't need to sleep. The head on its tail contains a small brain. It can instinctively fight even while facing backwards. I bite you. Tail doesn't need to sleep. Bitey. Giraffe's rear head also has a brain, but it is small. Rear head bites and attacks to response. The rear head attacks in response to smells and sounds. Approaching this Pokemon from behind can cause the rear head to suddenly lash out and bite. Too small for thinking. Gotta go do work things, but we'll be back if you're still streaming. Thank you. Pokemon has a separate small brain. The tail bites to repel any foe trying to sneak up on the Pokemon from behind. Though very small, the brain in its tail is still considered an important organ because it emits powerful psychic energy. Giraffe's tail has a small head. It instinctively bites at any foe that approaches the Pokemon from behind. Bird is on. Okay. For my own sake, these are two organisms with a mutual relationship. But brain blast. And now we have to read for a giraffe. Do you think the two heads could kiss each other? It would depend on... Have you gone over Mawile yet? I think maybe we did. Genetically inherited conjoined twins. Oh, sorry, I didn't elaborate what it would depend on. It would depend on the neck vertebra. Because a regular giraffe can't reach its back. Its neck isn't flexible enough. So depending on that, maybe it can kiss its other head. Okay. Pokedex entries for Fire Giraffe. Now that the brainwaves from the head and tail are synced up, the psychic power of this Pokemon is 10 times stronger than Giraffe's. Word form of natural selection. The hardened head from the tail protects the head of the main body as Fire Giraffe whips its long head around to headbutt enemies. Whack, whack! Okay. Okay. To the ungulates. How many hooves do you got? These look like pretty singular hooves. What is Pokopia about? All I've seen is people calling it the post-apocalyptic Pokemon. I think you're like a Ditto that just is hanging out. Luckily, Pinocchio is just a stick bug. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Wait! Tarlos' shiny is green? Why are they always green? It should have been red. I think that would have been baller. Oh well. Okay. I think there is at least one dex that shows the footprint. I kind of want to put it with Marie. Ah. Sorry, still shouldn't be as funny to me as it is. He's just smiling at you. Hello, Cassie K Screams. Welcome, welcome. Oh, this was the demo. Okay, I didn't see anything on, like, the footprint. What first Pokemon knowledge are we receiving today? This guy's butt can bite. We have learned that Misdreavus screams all day. Me too. We have learned that Unknown is a Tunicate, which is pretty much just a little bit more advanced than a Sponge. And Wobbuffet is also a Tunicate. So maybe I should have put them closer to related than I did. Actually, yeah, maybe. I'm so indecisive, y'all. There, I just did that. Wobbuffet is a house. Yes, made out of snot, probably. And yeah, this guy's butt can bite. Pokopia is labeled as post-apocalyptic because there are remnants of human civilization, but all humans went to space. Unfortunately, it also has legendary Pokemon with accents. Why does one have a cowboy accent? Indeed. But yeah, Wobbuffet is a snot house. Probably. Oh no, my bracelet! That's what I get for fidgeting. I don't see how accents are weird. No, but it is funny. I think it's... what's the whale? I know the whale. I can't remember his name right now. I think, yeah, he has a southern accent, and I think that's amazing. Okay. It's more like the game has weird translation. Yeah, that's probably a factor. They probably just wanted to give him a... Kyogre, yeah, they probably just wanted to give him a country accent. Japanese country accent, and the best way to translate that was to make him a cowboy with a southern drawl. Fun bit of Siambo family trivia. My dad had a surgery, and when he came out, he had a southern drawl for a few hours. When the Mon in control of the seas speaks southern, you ask questions. Okay. I am gonna put Girafarig and Farigiraf as being related to Mareep, Flaffy, and Ampharos. I think it's the interesting tail that's really giving that vibe. And I'm not seeing any objections. A lot of Pokemon say yo a lot. Giraffe. Alright. You also give one of those grass starters Japanese equivalent of a Valley Girl accent? Pokemon generally say they're only their own names, but Pokopia, you are a Pokemon, so you can speak Pokemon. Localization is amazing. Pineco! Okay. Is it Pineco or Pineco? As in Mystery Dungeon, no, humans just can't hear and understand them. If one suddenly turned into a Pokemon, they would immediately begin to be able to understand what they're actually saying. Pineco? Go, Retta. You're all wrong. It's Pineco. Pineco? Mystery Dungeon has its own questions when it comes to artificial Pokemon. Yours. Yeah. Ah, Euro. Okay. Okay. This cute little guy is a bug. Pineco is just a custard cat. Mewtwo can probably travel through time, just saying. So, no sign of humans anywhere, so where did Mewtwo come from? Probably just time traveled. Okay. It likes to make its shell thicker by adding layers of tree bark. The additional weight doesn't bother it. It hangs and waits for flying insects prey to come near. It does not move much on its own. It spits out a fluid that it uses to glue tree bark to its body. The fluid hardens when it touches air. Oh. Pineco hangs from the tree branch and patiently waits for prey to come along. If the Pokemon is disturbed while eating by someone shaking its tree, it drops down to the ground and explodes with no warning. Stickbug to Seabug with cannons. I'm actually not thinking Stickbug. I like that it blows up. I also fall down and explode with no warning. It's a mood. Pineco hangs from the tree branch and waits for prey. While eating, if it is disturbed by someone shaking the tree, it falls to the ground and suddenly explodes. It does not move much on its own. It uses layers of tree bark. It looks just like a pine cone. Its shell protects it from bird Pokemon that peck it by mistake. It likes to make its shell thicker. Does not move much on its own. It looks like a pine cone. Ah, yes, the trees have bombs in them. Brixit, what's the tree that has bombs? Pineco hand grenade. It likes to make its shell thicker by adding tree bark. It looks like a pine cone. It blows up. Motionless. It hangs from trees, waiting for its bug Pokemon prey to come to it. Its favorite in Alola is Cutiefly. Sandboats tree. Thank you, Brixit. Hi, that bomb tree. What called? Lamp oil, rope, bombs. It sticks tree bark to itself with its saliva, making itself thicker and larger. Elderly Pineco are ridiculously huge. Okay. So, since we like to do learning on this channel, Sandbox tree. This bugger does not like to be touched. And now I know Pinocchio is a I can't keep it back when you're right here. It doesn't want to murder you. People are just in the way. Yes. Let's see a thing. So Pinocchio is not one of these because Pinocchio is a bug, which we'll talk about that in a second. But I want to. Do they have a section talking about the seed? Fruit. There is no brain in a cabbage. So funny to me. People always beat the way. I'm hoping the rain doesn't get too bad. I was wanting to get out and get food. I'm hoping the rain isn't too intense, but it is a lot because we desperately need water where I'm at. On a verbose version of the Morshu coffee pasta. Okay, let's Control F. Fruit. I love the thunder and lightning. It dumped a lot. It's now chilling out, but it looks like it's passing out. Okay. Yes, I know there is a bug that uses its chemistry to spray boiling fluid at its enemies. That's the bombardier beetle. Okay. I love you, Britannica, but you're not giving me what I want right now. Would be, what? Because its fruit explodes when ripe, it has also received the colloquial nickname Dynamite Tree. So basically this tree just, it go blow. I have a feeling Siambo generally lives near where Fizz does. Maybe. Where's Fizz? I do not super hide the state I'm located in. That's that. And then, what is the bug that builds a house? Look at this guy. Look at this little guy. Oh, you're Fizz? Yes, I do live quite close to Brixit. Brixit comes to my house sometimes. Lots of bugs. Yes, I know lots of bugs do this. Case moths. Oh no! His house is falling over! These were the first guys that came up. So yeah, lots of bugs. I'm sorry. Bug warning? Caddisfly larvae. I think that's what I was thinking. Oh, no. Caddisfly house. Look at this little house. Oh yeah, people gave them jewelry. Some bagworms use dead bugs. So do some green lacewing larvae. There's an assassin bug that wears ants. Are you saying there's ants in his pants? And you know generally where Siambo is. You've been over to Fizz's house precisely twice for D&D reasons. Yes. Hates the bomb bug. little. And then, yeah, this guy. He's behind to go boom. His pants are ants. Look at this guy. Rather than squirrels in his pants. Is that a reference to the Iron Giant? Love that movie. Okay. Pineco. The bagworm. The bagworm Pokemon! I was right the first time! Wait, no! Bagworm. Moth. Look at his little house! Yeah, so I'm not thinking stick bug, in summary. Oh, we'll take another amazing show. It's Phineas and Ferb reference. Okay, that's right. Fortress. Look at him. I think this is what happens when a pineco falls in water. It turns into this. Okay. Its entire body is shielded by a steel-hardened shell. What lurks inside the armor is a total mystery. It remains immovably rooted to its tree. Oh, it stays in the tree. It scatters pieces of its hard shell to drive enemies away. Citrus. It is usually found hanging onto a thatched tree trunk. It shoots out bits of its shell when it sees action. Its entire body is shielded by a steel hard shell. It lurks inside the arm. What lurks inside the armor is a total mystery. Fortress conceals itself inside its hardened steel shell. The shell is opened when the Pokemon is catching prey, but it does so at such quick pace that the shell's inside cannot be seen. It remains immovably rooted to its tree. It scatters pieces of its hard shell to drive enemies away. It's round enough to be huntable. It's like the cherries. Like the cherries that get the chemical to make them fall out of the tree, but otherwise will not be removed from the tree no matter how much you shake it. Yeah! I too shoot out bits of myself when I see action. Don't say that! Grenade evolved into Claymore Mine. It's encased in a steel shell. Its peering eyes are all that can be seen of its mysterious innards. Innards. Let's see. Fortress conceals itself inside its hardened steel shell. The shell is open when Pokemon is catching prey, but does so at such a quick pace that the shell's inside cannot be seen. When something approaches it, it fires off fragments of its steel shell and attack. This is not conscious action, but a conditioned reflex. In the moment it gulps down its prey, the inside of its shell is exposed, but to this day, no one has ever seen that sight. Gotta get some slow-mo cameras. He's shiny! Struggle bug. Or seen it and lived to tell the tale. Look at this guy. I like this picture. He looks just kind of alarmed. A lot of the time. Okay, half hour heads up. Okay, so he's a bug. Okay, so we can't see its body. Correct. We're just going off of the information and the fact that they say it's a bugworm Pokemon. So this guy has Silk. Or rather, something... And Brixit can correct me if I'm wrong. The spit is probably very closely related to, if not a form of Silk. Which... I'm here to tail the tail, so let me tail you. Just imagining it using its cannons to walk. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, here's our bugs. Omanite, Omaster, Shelder, Cloyster. Probably not those guys. Kabuto, Kabutops, Krabby Kingler, Paras, Parasect. Probably not those guys. Maybe related to Pinsir, just off of vibes. Spinarak, Ariados. Here's our Silk Bakers, but we know Silk has evolved multiple times. So we know Silk has evolved multiple times in reality. That's something that Brixit shared before. So I'm not too attached to putting it with the other Silks. It could be a Muscle-esque anyway. If the shell was natural, that is definitely where I would be thinking about putting it. But since it builds the shell, I don't think so. I kind of get the impression, having read the descriptions, that it started using earth as well as plant material. I can easily see cracking it opening in the center. There are octopi that collect shells to use as defense. Yeah. Be a similar situation. Yeah, there's a bot. I don't know how to delete the bot. I click on it. It's like, do you want to follow them? And I'm like, no! Like CPU botter ads. Yeah, bug clam. Do you not have the ban button? I don't know where the ban button is. Ban him. Thank you, Brixit. Thank you. I can block him. I can't ban him. I don't know where the button is. Is this the button? I usually just let Brixit do it. Don't quote me on that. I can block people. I know I have the power, I just don't know where the button is because I'm technically illiterate. Click on the name and then the 3 dots. It just gives me the block and report option. Oh wait, I found it! It's below the 3 dots. This is the ban button. You can also report them. The bot has been taken out back, old Yeller style. Okay, no, I figured out how to ban. I kept clicking on the 3 dots, and it would just give me the report option, but it's underneath the 3 dots. It's underneath their name. You see how technically literate I am. I can make a whole dang VTubing model all by myself, but I can't ban someone from my Twitch. Is this the man button? Okay. Pinnacle and Fortress. Brixit. Do you think its sticky spit evolved before Silk? I reported the bot, which immediately terminated them, apparently. Yeah, it gives me a thing. It's like, shows me, it's like, we think this is a Banivator. And I'm like, you think? So, yeah, it is a flagged account. It was a flagged account already. Okay. So what do we think about putting it as right here, outside of the Silk producer group? Because in our Pokemess, then maybe Silk only evolves once. We'll see how much that follows that trend. He's still up to 8, so that's good. Wow, so many. It was consumed like Saturday times. Pineco Fortress. One of my favorite Pokemon. He does no wrong. The Dunsparce. Or the Dunsparce. He has the best evolution. I love his evolution, and I want them to give him another evolution where it's done to the Dunsparce. And he just gets longer. Like, I love it. I love this for him. Okay. When spotted, this Pokemon escapes backward by furiously boring into the ground with its tail. If spotted, it escapes by burrowing with its tail. It can float just slightly, using its wings. It hides deep inside caves where no light ever reaches it, and remains virtually motionless there. Dunsparce has a drill for its tail. It uses its tail to burrow into the ground backwards. This Pokemon is known to make its nest in complex shapes deep underground. There should be a snake clone that makes the snake Dunsparce. Oh. If spotted, it can escape by burrowing with its tail. It can hover just slightly using its wings. Yormonger Dunsparce. It digs into the ground with its tail that makes a maze-like nest. It can fly just a little. It creates mazes in dark locations. When spotted, it flees into the ground by digging with its tail. It travels by digging through the ground. Diglett and Dunsparce share one another's tunnels happily. Aww. When it sees a person, it digs a hole with its tail to make its escape. If you happen to find one, consider yourself lucky. The Pokemon's tiny wings have some scientists saying that Dunsparce used to fly through the sky in ancient times. The nests Dunsparce live in are mazes of tunnels. They never get lost in their own nests. They can tell where they are by the scent of the dirt. Creates a maze in dark locations, and it burrows with its tail, and it flies just a little. The land snake Pokemon. Wait! This guy's not a bug? I totally thought Dunsparce was a bug. It's the little... I thought these were, like, pincers. The Dunsparce. Land snake Pokemon. It's like a wasp. Just a little guy. This Pokemon uses its hard tail to make its nest by boring holes into bedrock deep underground. The nest can reach lengths of over 6 miles. Dunsparce is based on a yokai. Makes sense. Drives enemies out of its nest by sucking in enough air to fill its long, narrow lungs, then releasing the air in an intense blast. The gentle Dunsparce will put Pokemon that wandered its nest onto its back and carry them to the entrance. A recent study uncovered that the number of segments of a Dunsparce is determined by the Pokemon's genes. Tsuchinoko. Oh my god! I love him! Why is he so fat? Why is he so fat? Child of Hammer. Miku? Miku collabed with Pikachu recently? Nice. In theory, we could find a 5-segmented Dunsparce. Depiction. (20 to 80 centimeters in length, with a central girth that is much wider than its head or tail, and is having fangs and venom similar to a viper. They like to lie. They also like alcohol. It will swallow its own tail so it can roll like a wheel. The fact that I learned about them from Metal Gear Solid is funny. Yes. Okay, this guy is fantastic. I love him. So this is a snake, not a bug. That changes things, because I totally thought he was a bug. Shape? Mm-hmm. Okay. To the snakes! Well, we only have one snake, so that makes things easy. We go. I'm gonna eat it anyway. Mama ain't raised no quitter. You can catch one and are explicitly not told not to eat it. Dunsparce. Dunsparce. Dunsparce souffle. Dun. Okay. We are gonna go over Gligar, figure out where to put Gligar. And then we're gonna read Steelix's entries. We already put Steelix onto the tree, and that's where we're gonna call it for today, okay? Snarl Bat with crab claws. Oh, he has an evolution. We'll read his evolution too. Okay. It flies straight at its target's face, then clamps down with the startled victim to inject poison. It usually clings to cliffs. When it spots its prey, it spreads its wings and glides down to attack. Continue Tree forever. What if I could, buddy? But I have commitments in my life. Specifically, today, I'm going to go see the Mario movie. It builds its nest on a steep cliff. When it is done gliding, it hops along the ground back to its nest. Along the ground, interesting. Gligar glides through the air without a sound as if it were sliding. This Pokemon hangs onto the face of its foe using its barbed hind legs and the large pincers on its forelegs, then injects the poison with its poisonous barb. Injects the prey, not the poison. I can speak. Commit to Tree instead. Mario can wait. Sails on the winds with its limbs to extend the strike from the sky. It aims for the prey's face. It startles the foe by clamping onto their face, then jabs it with its poison stinger. It flies straight at the face. It usually clings to cliffs. It glides as if it were sliding. It clamps onto its chosen prey, then jabs the stinger on its tail into the prey while it is stunned with surprise. It is a face hugger. It usually clings to cliffs. Flies straight at the face, as if it were sliding. Sails on the wind with its limbs extended to strike from the sky. It aims for the prey's face. Its tail is tipped by a thick, horrible stinger. To bring down prey, it will first obscure their vision by covering their faces with its body, and then it will use its stinger to inject them with venom. It's only 43 in Gen 2, so it might be feasible to finish it in 1 or 2 more streams. Hopefully we're almost done with Gen. We'll get there soon. I know we're thinking bat, but that's a pretty segmented tail, so maybe this thing is a bug? Round and flying. Gliscor. It observes prey while hanging inverted from branches. When the chance presents itself, it swoops. If it succeeds in catching even a faint breeze properly, it can circle the globe without flapping once. Its flight is soundless. It uses its lengthy tail to carry off its prey. Then its elongated fangs do the rest. You were thinking scorpion? Yeah. It dances silently through the sky. When it approaches prey, it can land a critical hit in an instant. Its flight is soundless. It uses its lengthy tail to carry off its prey. Then its elongated fangs do the rest. Flying scorpion is horrifying. Yeah. Soundless. It observes prey while hanging inverted from branches. It glides soundlessly on pitch-black wings and sinks sharp fangs into the throat of its prey. It takes on a look of satisfaction once it has entirely drained its prey of blood. It's a land shrimp! Okay. This is weird. I don't like him. Fang scorpion Pokemon. Fly scorpion Pokemon. So, they call it a scorpion. It's... Y'all, I think it's a flying scorpion. I know that it's not bug type. And bug type is like bug and rock type are like one of the few ones I take into account. Maybe it's related to Sudowoodo. That's why it's ground type. How do we feel about putting this in the bugs, even though it is kind of bat-y? Or do we think it's a false bug? Because it has a stinger, that's a pretty bug-ish thing. It comes from the ovipositor. But all Pokemon lay eggs. Convergent evolution? Potentially. It is ground. Crab. Don't tempt me. I know you're joking, but don't tempt me. Scorpions do not have ovipositors. Oh, Okay, well, I know ovipositors evolved, like that's how wasps got their stingers, so I just assumed that that's how scorpions got their stingers too. I learn something every day. Like yesterday, there's a blood test you get when you're pregnant to tell you if your baby has an increased risk for Down syndrome. It can't diagnose you, the baby. It can't. But it also tells you if the sex of the baby. And every once in a while, this test can tell you if you have cancer. That's actually something I already knew, but I learned a lot more about it yesterday, about how that works exactly. Anyway. Is it a scorpion? It's a spider. I had the opportunity to evolve into monkey, and it evolved into crab. It is ground type, and I don't usually take typing into account. But it looks like a bug. Like Sudowoodo kind of looks like a bug. Because Sudowoodo looks like a stick insect. But we determined it's actually a rock. I don't know. Related but not bug type thing. You think it's outside of the bug order? That's kind of like what scorpion is. Sudowoodo is petrified wood. That's actually pretty cool. Maybe it's a jellyfish? Okay, thank you, Floyd Point. Close but not bug, that's your theory. Brixit said Brixit's busy. So we have a good few spiders, so we have a rough idea of arachnids. Well, last time we met, we kind of... Last time we did Pokemess. Brixit, Spinnerack was very difficult because of the number of legs, but also because of a couple other factors. And Brixit pointed out that crustaceans have variable number of legs, unlike insects versus arachnids. So in Pokemess, we're breaking the rules, and the what's the word? So we put a spider in with Insecta. We don't have spiders split from insects in Pokemess because we determined that in the world of Pokemess, bug type is like what's it called? Like crustaceans in real life. But to crab he goes. I am actually genuinely thinking crab because he's kind of just like a sea scorpion with wings. Like imagine if like sea scorpions had fins, which like they didn't, but we'll pretend, and then those fins turned into wings because that makes sense. It doesn't. But we can pretend. So yeah, I think this guy's a crab. I do agree. The ears are more feet. That's just all the category. He is. Flying fish of a sea scorpion. That's literally what I was thinking, yeah. 2 ear feet, 2 claw feet, 2 pokey feet, and 2 winged feet, so spider. Okay. What am I looking at? I'm looking up Omanite Almost star. Shelter. Shelter. Okay, so not that group. We're looking at Kabuto, Kabutops. Come on. Could use wings to help with gliding in water. It just happens to help in the air too. It's so stupid, it's genius. Yeah. Oh! Pokemon! I don't want an anime boy on my screen. I want this guy. Yeah, we're just gonna say this thing is a... Apparently Kabuto is the name of an anime guy. From Naruto, no less. Okay. Do we want to put him with Kabuto Kabutops? Because he's like a sea scorpion, and their Kabuto is a bit more of an older group? Or do we want to put him with Krabby, Kingler, and Paris Parasect? Put Glider with Kabuto. Ligar. I think feels more right. I think, yeah, we'll do that. Save that tree! And I know we were going to go over Steelix, but it is time for me to go. So let's go ahead and close up. And we'll start with Steelix next time. Let's put you back where you go, chat. Bring me back. Goal Isopod, the Pokemon looked so silly. Oh, and I'm scared. Alright. You should play Minecraft next time. Joking. You didn't like it when I played Minecraft. We'll see. We'll see what I play next time. I think it might be fun if I had some other people to play Minecraft with. That maybe I'll revisit playing Minecraft. We'll see. Oh, you didn't know I played Minecraft? Yes, I played Minecraft one time and I scared Brixit because Brixit thinks I play very risky. Yeah, it was not a very popular stream. The VOD is up on my YouTube. Okay. Thank you all for joining. If there's two, it is fun. Thank you all for joining. It's been really great. I love that you each came. And it was just really nice to have you all here. So thank you for coming. And without further ado, never forget,